Hello and welcome to Baking and Log. My name is Gunnar Larson and today is Easter, so we will be making some hard-boiled eggs. And usually around this time of year, people hard-boil eggs to make devil eggs or to color their eggs for Easter. Our family usually does that, but we will be doing that later. We won't be doing that right now. Right now, we're just going to focus on making the hard-boiled eggs, which is really easy and simple and doesn't take a lot of time. We're going to show it two ways. One way is the way I've always done it, which is boiling it in water. And then the other way is a way that my mom told me about, is in the oven. And apparently, this is supposed to take away the slight greenish tint or grayish tint around the yolk. It's not bad. That's not bad for your health or anything. It just doesn't look appealing. But this is in the oven is supposed to take that away, so it's supposed to be perfectly yellow and the yolk is supposed to be in the middle. So for you, Adrian, because I know you asked about this just a bit ago, we'll see if this is the way that you should start hard-boiling your eggs, because you did ask, the perfect way to hard-boil eggs to get rid of that greenish tint. So hopefully this works. But we have our ingredients. And the first step we're going to do, or the first way we're going to try to hard-boil our eggs, is through boiling water. So let's get to it. We've got some eggs on the stove. We're going to take some cool water over there and we're going to get started. Alright, so what we're going to do to hard-boil these eggs over the stove is we're going to take a light. Well, I have to take a lighter because our stove requires me to light it myself, but usually you just turn the stove up to high, but I'm going to click this and turn the stove up to high. Take a pitcher of cold water and gently pour it over your eggs. Perfect. You want it so it just covers the tops of the eggs. So then you're just going to let this boil. Now that we have a boil, all we're going to do is we're going to turn the heat off, cover it with a lid, and let it sit for 15 minutes. Okay, so while those eggs on the stove are cooking, we are going to do the second method, all right? This is still just need eggs, and you're gonna have a muffin tin, and you're gonna preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, of course. And the preheating is really important. You don't wanna just, like with the stove ones, we could put them in a cold pan, and that's a stainless steel one. With this, we don't want to put them in a cold oven. We want the oven to be preheated and nice and warm, and then we're just going to put in the eggs, make sure they fit all the way in the muffin tin, and you're going to put these in the oven, once again at 350 for 30 minutes. Alright, so after 15 minutes, you're going to take your pot and put it next to a bowl of ice water. Alright, it's easier to put the ice in first and then the water, but make sure it's ready to go. Then you're going to take some tongs, because this water is still really hot, and if you touch it, you will burn yourself. So get some tongs, be really careful because you don't want to drop the eggs, but you're just going to pick one up. I always do a little turn, and then put it on the solid block of ice that's there. That wasn't supposed to happen, guys. This is not supposed to be a solid piece of ice. Bear with me. There we go. And you're just going to do this with each of the eggs. Alright, so once our eggs are in there, we're going to leave them in the ice bath. And the purpose of this ice bath is so that the eggs stop cooking. We don't need them to cook anymore. They're already cooked. So the ice bath is to cool them down and to stop the cooking. And you're just going to leave them in there for 10 minutes. Alright, so we just got these out of the oven. Careful, it's hot, like I said. And these are the large eggs, so it's going to be kind of hard to get these out, but I'm going to do my best. But you want to get these into the ice bath as quick as possible. And then same with the ones previously. 10 minutes in the ice bath to stop the cooking of the egg. Or you could just wait until they're really cold and when you pick them up. But 10 minutes is usually a good time. So we'll wait a little bit and we'll get back to you when we're done. Alright, well, Both eggs have been cooked and cooled, so now we're going to see how each one turned out. We have our oven baked one and our hard boiled one, so just gotta crack this a bit and I'm gonna peel it. So right now it's looking like oven baked's not the best, but we're gonna cut in and we're gonna see what they look like. Got my knife, so it's cut down the middle. All right, so it is cooked. Oh, and look at that. No green. So I will mention this, when it was baking, this was the only egg that cracked in the oven. And I wanted to use this because we're going to use the ones we used in the oven for coloring, and I didn't want a cracked one, so we tested this out, and that's probably why it looks a little bit deformed and it was harder to peel, but I'm pretty sure that the other ones will be easy. This one was just cracked, and I think that's why we had such a hard time. But now we're going to cut into the middle of the hard-boiled one. All right. And then let's see what we got. Oh, no green. So both turned out no green. Both were cooked. The hard-boiled one was easier to peel, but like I said before, this one did come out of the oven a bit cracked. So that could have been a reason why. But preferably, based on what we see right here, I like my hard-boiled method a lot. But like I said, the other eggs that were in the oven didn't crack, so they could be a lot better. But I'm not going to open those up because we got to color those. And if I open them all up, then we would have nothing to color. And that would be sad for my little brother and little sister. So that's it today, guys. Hope you guys learned some stuff. Found out some new ways maybe to try to hard boil your eggs, or some ideas for what to do with your hard boiled eggs, except for just eating them, of course. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and like I said last week, each week I'm going to state a Bible verse, and since it is Easter, here's a reminder for you all from Romans 5:8. God showed his great love by sending Christ to die for us all, even while we were still sinners. That is the truth, guys. I fully believe that, and I hope that you guys have a great Easter Sunday, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.